What's poppin', people? This is why you don't do certain things before you even go live. Whereby, you know what I'm saying? Hey, anyway, with that, welcome to a brand new Comic Crusaders GeekFest special. Today we have a very awesome crew right here. They have an amazing film that's touring currently in the GeekFest Film Fest. Right now, it's called My Roommate The Jedi. Yo, it is like 23 minutes of awesomeness, non-Disney related, all right? So y'all know, but it's fire. Disney better hire these dudes one day because the film is dope, the acting is dope, and what I'm happy to have is the man behind it and one of the actors and man introduced, the one only Mr. Byrne and Lou. What up, kiddos? How you guys doing?
Wow, pretty good. Thanks for that intro. That's good.
You guys rock, yo. I love this film. You guys are absolutely murdering it. I mean, the way they was put together, the humor behind it. I chuckled several times throughout. So the humor, the acting, dude, you're the man, bro. I need to know how the hell you learn how to wield the Jedi. You know, and how get that force in you, bro. You know, we gotta learn.
Yes.
But with that. We'll talk. Where y'all from? Starting. Let me start with Byrne real quick. Where you from, big homie? OG.
I grew up in San Diego, North County.
All right. Yeah. What about you, Lou?
Port-au-Prince, Haiti.
In Haiti, pa Caribe, mi gente. Awesome. So, all right. So, Lou, your origin story into any type of fandom and as a young man in Haiti, how did you get enamored with anything pop culture? What was your first love and who introduced you to it?
Yeah, growing up in Haiti, my older brother Wesley, he was big into comics. Like he had Silver Surfers, he had X-Men comics, he had all those growing up. So I would always like sneak over and read his comics. And my cousin, I had an older cousin, also big into comics. And he's in Montreal. His name is Gensley. So the two of them really kind of put me onto comics. And growing up, I was the kid that watched all those Fox, cartoons. So I watched X-Men on Fox. I watched Spider-Man. I watched everything. I was just like addicted to superheroes. So yeah, I grew up on all of that. And I think once I got of age and could start doing my own stuff, that was what I gravitated to, was wanting to be a superhero, was wanting to do stuff with action, and love doing comedy because comedy was just always good to make people laugh. So I think action and comedy and all that together, that was my kind of like journey and foray into filmmaking.
Oh, check that out. Dope. How about you, Byrne? Growing up in Sandy, what was those origins of your fandom?
Dude, my cousin was a huge Star Wars fan. When he kind of aged out of it, he gave all the toys to me.
Gave to you. He said, "Toma."
Dude,
nice.
Yeah. Passed them down. And then of course, like, I had friends that were super into like Ninja Turtles, Ghostbusters. I was a little late to the X-Men game. I wish I had gotten on that earlier, but I was definitely a big fan of Spider-Man. That Fox series. It's funny too. I really liked Power Rangers, even though I was probably like a year older than I should. You know what I mean? But I was just like, no, I'm gonna hang on for this one. I feel like middle school, high school, I was a closet nerd, because I was like, my parents are all about getting sports, do all that, but it wasn't cool to geek out on this stuff back then.
Oh no, I was of that generation, unfortunately, where it wasn't cool. So he was the kid that liked this shit. At the lunch, we had our own table looking around. Hey, we got the new issue of this. You know what I mean? And it was like drugs. Yo, check this out.
Yeah, I know. You keep those comics,
and then you would sell them too. And at least I would. I was a hustler. It's like, yo, I must have sold the same issue of G.I. Joe to some kid like 4 times because as an asshole, I would steal it back. God forgive me.
Yeah.
And then sell it to him. I sold it to him 4 times before I finally kept it. I still have it now.
Oh, I bet you got the cards too, huh? You got the the cards. Like I was collecting like Spider-Man.
Oh
and,
man,
Marvel cards.
Oh man, what? Oh, okay. You lucky. I put away my cards, bro. I have the whole serial killer set from the '90s, the Mafia set from the '90s. I got the Jim Lee X-Men from the '90s set. I got a lot of the '93 set and '90 and a little bit of the '90s. Oh man, you were talking about that. That's funny. I got the holograms right here, 3 of them.
Yeah. That's yes, dude.
And now this which was this cable one is funny. I actually this is from the '90s, out the pack. I went to a convention in New York in the '90s, just when the Image thing happened. So it was a convention at the Pennsylvania Hotel, and the Image crew is there, the Rockstar of the comics.
Right.
So I pull up with this card to Rob Liefeld because he had an open. I said, "Fuck it," and I said, "Yo, can you sign this?" He goes, "I didn't draw that," and I looked at him. I said, "But aren't you his daddy?" And he goes, "You know what? That's good logic," and he just signed it. So,
that's sick.
So right there, signed by him in the '90s, right there. See, isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So yeah, but always a fan, and yes, I got these. I got more. I put them away because I will be moving soon. I mean, if you want to see something cool, look at this. Hey.
Dude, I didn't keep the stuff in the package. And I had friends that did. They would buy 2 of things.
No.
They would keep it in a package. And I was always like, no, I like to play with them. So I'd break them out.
I opened them. I mean, I don't know. My shelf is, trust you me, I open my shit. That one just happens to still be closed, but it's just finding a space. I'm gonna move, so I want to find the proper space. Who is he gonna fight? I want to make sure that it'll be Spawn like stomping on his head somewhere. That's all.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask that way. All right, so talk about creative journeys going to Byrne. So here you are, a whole fan, right? I mean, when did the creative bug come?
Dude, I was an only child. And so I had a lot of time to myself. I had a big backyard, and I would just go and I'd watch a movie several times. I'd watch Batman several times, Indiana Jones. And then I would go and I'd put on a cape and I'd go out in the backyard and I'd just create my own worlds. And if I wasn't doing that, I was doing it with action figures. And what kid wasn't, but at the same time, I think it just stuck. That was my happy place. So when I got into college, I had a buddy of mine kind of challenged me to audition for a play. It was a hard one too. It was All My Sons, Arthur Miller. And it was heavy. You had to cry and all kinds of stuff. And I was just, I thought it was funny. I was like, oh, I'm going to go do this. We'll watch them kick me out of the room. Got the main part. And I had teachers who I wasn't doing too well in their class. And after they saw that play, they came up to me and they're like, hey, I think that's it, dude. I think that's your calling. So, went to
you were getting 8 B's and A's from C's and B's, huh?
I was not good in school. I just couldn't focus. I was drawing. I was in the back of the class. And then finished out school, met Lou. Lou and I were in a play together, and he was like, hey, I don't want to just act. I want to write and direct. So he actually got a program together at the school where he was like, hey, well, if you want to direct, you can direct. So he encouraged me to write my own stuff. That was the beginning of that. Yeah. And we did improv too. And he was like, dude, Lou backed me because there was a lot of for me, apprehension. I came from a place where it was like, dude, it's not cool. It's not cool to be an artist like that. And dude, it was from there, it was all right, I'm thinking about Hollywood, and Lou was like, go, let's go.
Yes.
Go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Preach, Lou.
So
I love
Lou, man. Yeah. Still this day, he's like, what are you writing, man? Let's go.
So Lou, let's talk about that, man. Talk about that fire, your fire, what led to your inspiration to do this and even create what you did to invite Byrne into the picture.
Oh, yeah. I mean, just like Byrne, I started very young. I mean, my mom told me a couple years ago, she said when I was 6 or 7, she had asked me what are you gonna be when you grow up? Just you ask kids that. She was going to say a firefighter or a cop or something. I was like, I'm gonna be a writer. And she was like, what do you mean? And I was like, oh, I'm gonna be a writer. And I don't remember saying that, but I remember when I was younger, I would write like these little plays when I was like for my friends and I to do, because I was like always wanting to like put performances on. Because I noticed that like when it came to class stuff, I wasn't like the smartest, like I wasn't the best artist, but I was like the bravest. Like I didn't mind standing in front of my friends and trying to make them laugh. And I figured out that, oh, that's my gift. Like that's what I do the best. So I would get in trouble a lot in class because I'd be performing for my friends and getting kicked out of class a lot. So my principal at the time was like, "You're gonna help me with one of the things in chapel." You know, we used to have chapel, and I remember she gave me the script for this thing in chapel, and I read it, and I was like, "This is not good. Like nobody's gonna laugh." So I made changes. Ooh. And I performed it, and everyone laughed, and everyone liked it. People gave me compliments, and that gave me the confidence to say, like, "Oh, okay, like." I have this thing I can do, you know, and my senior year or junior year, I took like improv classes in high school, and we went to Chicago, and I got to see Second City and all that. And I had a teacher tell me, "Hey, you should do theater. Like that should be something you consider to do theater." So when I went to college, I went to major in theater, and that's where Byrne and I met. And when we met in college, it was a minor that was turning into a major.
Okay.
So there was a lot of like creative freedom there. And when they announced they were doing like a playwrights festival, it was a chance to like write or produce or direct or whatever our own projects. And I wanted to do my own stuff because I had this crush on this girl and I wanted to do a play about it. I wanted to do it. Like I want to play the character, but I also knew the story. So I was like,
the ultimate Max story. Like, hey, baby, look, you know, who needs to give you flowers? I did a play about you, baby.
And I invited her and all that. It was great. It was great. But the whole purpose was I was like, well, if I run the festival, then no one can tell me I can't do it.
Yeah.
And I remember when I decided to do it and I saw Byrne, I was like, well, dude, if you want to do your own thing, like, just let's do it because no one's going to stop us, you know? And I think that became our attitude moving forward was that, like, we wanted to do things and it was like, well, let's just do it. Like, until somebody stops us, you know, why don't we just do it? And that's how the idea for my roommate kind of, like, grew from that was the idea of, like, well, we should be doing our own stuff while we wait, you know, like, because you can wait forever to get your shot, but we had ideas and we were always, like, creating stuff and
manifest.
And it was one of those things, the best decision ever, you know.
Love it, man. So how's that journey felt like, fellas? You know, doing it, running and doing it. Go ahead.
Okay. I mean, for me, it's been very fulfilling. It's honestly, if you go back and you watch the first episode of the series to the most recent one being My Roommate The Jedi, it's a complete growth. Like you see the transition. It's like the best love letter to our process in filmmaking because you really see like how simple it was and how complex it got, but how even in its most complex form, you still saw the foundation that was there in the very first episode. So that's what I love about it. It was a chance for us to do filmmaking. We wanted to be filmmakers, and that was our film school. So yeah.
And you guys got the humor down because that opening on The Jedi is just hysterical, son. Hysterical. I love the humor. I'm one of those 90s cats that, you know, I'm not gonna get offended about shit. I love it. Right. So I was dying. So talk about that, Byrne, too, man. You know, how's that felt? You know, starting to move forward, developing, you know, this awesome, hilarious, you know, series.
You know, to be able to make something that makes you laugh and to trust that you know there's people in your life that are gonna laugh too. I mean, like I know for me writing a script, I'm like, I'm laughing, and then when Lou gets it and he's laughing, I'm like, all right, we're on the right track. I think we have a good kind of radar for that. And also knowing too, it's like this is our content. We don't have like a boss per se. No one's really telling us how to do it, how not to do it. We're in control of the entire process. It's a lot of work to do that. But at the same time, man, I was telling people, I don't know how many more times I'm going to get that opportunity to be like, dude, I was in control of that entire thing. Like the costumes, like I wanted the stormtrooper suits to be the stormtrooper suits. So I put in the time. I called the people. I made that happen. Like I wanted the apartment to turn into a ship. So I was like, let's make it into a ship. you know, it's like, I wanted to have a casting session. We're going to cast the best actors that we can find for this. And like, well, if we don't have the money, then we'll make up for it in time, because time is money. So like,
oh yeah,
to have that ability, and also too, to anybody that's watching, like, you have that ability. We all have that ability. That's what that manifest kind of like mentality comes from, is that like, you really do, if you're willing to put in that time, you can execute a vision. And that's something my roommate I think really kind of stands out from a lot of other content, is that we were never really like trying to sell it. Like, the only thing we're trying to sell is just entertainment. We want you to be entertained, because we're entertained.
So were you guys inspired by being roommates or something at one point in regards to this? I mean, what's the inspiration behind My Roommate? What's popping here?
I'll let you take that one, Lou.
Yeah. So when we first moved in together, I was shooting sketches with our buddy Matt, and we were just creating content. And Byrne used to do this this emo character, like this this funny, like, it just became like a running joke for us, you know, like and he would talk in the voice and do the character. It was like a very distinct character. And I remember thinking once, I was like, oh man, what would it be like to actually live with that guy? Like, to live with that character. So I talked to Byrne about it, and he was like, yeah, let's do it. And he had this whole like journal he wrote and this poem and all that.
Oh,
and
damn.
That was kind of like, to us, I thought it was just going to be like a one-off like sketch we were doing. It was never supposed to be a series. So much so, if you go back and watch the first episode, I don't even there's no character name for my character. Like, it's just the character in the show. And we did the episode. We had so much fun. It was like so much fun laughing and doing that scenario that I immediately got an idea for another one. And I was like, oh, I'm going to do another one. And then Byrne got an idea for another one. And we just kept having these ideas, and we're like, oh, okay, let's just keep it going. I mean, we're in the apartment. We own that. That's the only thing we own. You know, we didn't own any studios. We didn't own anything really. We just had control of the apartment. And it was like, we just kept coming up with other characters that we could live with, you know. And
we had friends that knew what they were doing too. You know, at that time, you know, Matt Hibbs, he had just gone out of film school, so he was itching to use his camera. We had friends that knew how to do that, were really talented actors too, that were just like, everyone started just coming in and being like, hey, like, I want to be a part of this. So the stuff wrote itself, really.
Yeah, that was another thing we're lucky on, that like at that time, everyone had a very collaborative spirit. You know, there weren't too many egos. There's a lot of people who were like, hey man, like, we can't really pay, and when we could pay, it wasn't that much. And people were just so in love with the concept and the scripts and what we were trying to do, and the professionalism, everything, that so many people gave us their time. So many actors, so many crew people showed up and really supported us in that. And that always made us take our stuff to the next level. Because once we saw everyone coming, that just excited us to be like, oh, well, we got to do this bigger and better every time. You know, we just got to keep growing with this. So as we're doing quantity, we're also improving on the quality.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. As you should. That's what it is. That's the business, son. So let's talk about that improvement. Let's watch that awesome film that's touring on GeekFest. Let me put this baby on the screen. We got a trailer, folks. Let's show this awesomeness off right now. Check it out.
Hey, you're not gonna believe what I just saw in the bathroom.
You should see this.
Wait, what the cops do now?
Witnesses are reporting as Star Wars spaceships have entered the Earth's atmosphere.
Love.
They deserve their fate, and you'll deserve yours if you don't give in to the dark side.
Whoa! Okay.
Your odds of hooking up with Kaya are approximately 3,720 to 1.
Can you be serious for like 2 seconds?
I'm always serious.
Stop that Jedi, go!
So awesome.
Now you're catching on.
Brilliant.
And quit playing with yourself in the shower. You're wasting water.
Don't clog the bathtub, bro. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's not about just wasting water, but please don't clog the fucking bathtub. I don't think the plumber want to find that shit in the pipes.
Funny enough, we have an episode about that.
Oh my god, I must find and watch right up my alley and just in the humor. Yes, that's funny. We'll talk about those with Cass because she is like the ultimate kick-ass Jedi. Serious, the moves and all. Who is she? Wait, where'd you meet her? What's popping? Oh my god.
That's Chloe. Chloe Karabasi. She's a very, very talented actress. Lou had worked with her on a similar project prior that involved some action sequences. She came in. Part of the audition process is we were actually giving the actresses a lightsaber, like it was like the hilt with like a carbon fiber blade. And we were just like, we gave it to them and just like, hey, do some swings. Like, just like, we want to see how you're comfortable with it. And like, she just nailed it. Like, it was like the role. She was born for the role. Like, it was, she was a like true fan of Star Wars. She got our humor. She didn't think it was like beneath her. It was like very much like, oh, I get what you guys are trying to do with this. And I want it to be good. Like, I want it to be as big as I think you guys are imagining it. So, I mean, we had a lot of shoot days, and it wasn't just her. You had Tyler Seipel, this like really, really, talented stage actor coming in to play this admiral, and then the Master Mooner, who's the ghost. That's a family friend of mine who I just always said, I was like, dude, you are like my Jedi master in my life. Like his humor was already there. So it was like, he was super nervous when he came out to do it. But then we just joked and like, I kind of got him like, comfortable, and like, he just knocked it out of the park. People were like, hey man, that guy's
bro. I mean, Fanda kept a straight face when he said the name, that the word in the shower, and I was like, huh? I was like, bro, don't tell me Lou's gonna die in the film. That's the first I said, bro, if we do that, homie's gonna die. No. Until we find out the name of the role. Okay. That was the funniest shit. But I mean, again, I love that. You guys are hysterical in what you do. So what's up, man? Why did you guys even put this in GeekFest, man? Because I love GeekFest, and I think this is right up the alley. How did you even find out about them and submit?
Film Freeway. Film Freeway. Yeah. Film Freeway is like what's cool about them is that it's like a waterfall. Like you submit to some things and then you get some response, and then other festivals pick up on it and they're like, all right, if that other festival's fucking with you, then we'll fuck with you. Like, all right, let's see what you got. And honestly, too, we went to Dr. Who Con, and there were other people there that told us to get on to GeekFest. They were like, hey, I don't know if you've heard of this, but like the Comic Con, these guys are gonna dig your stuff. Like,
they're gonna eat it up. They're gonna eat
your audience for real. Like,
it is. Everything, I'll tell you, this is from my experience with Bill. Anytime I've seen Star Wars stuff at any of the cons, people are like screaming and hollering and eating it up. And this will be right up that alley. Because I mean, in the trailer we saw that, I don't know how this is even possible, but the Star Troopers actually hit humans. They actually didn't miss. So, I mean, are you throwing a sense of realism here? What happened there?
Dude, I don't know about you guys.
Those are just lucky shots.
I mean, that we definitely want to take advantage of that humor, but I don't know if you guys watched like Mandalorian, and I felt like they made the stormtroopers too weak. And I was like, man, that's like, I feel like we're watching our episode right now. Like, why are they making them stupid? Like, stormtroopers are supposed to be scary, And
like the Cobra Troopers, right? All these shots, and G.I. Joe is still walking, because there's a particular scene with Lou. I mean, he's like, "What the fuck, y'all? It's the guns." He just wants to. You got to see this whole setup on that scene. I was just dying. I said, "Oh damn." I don't think so though, because I saw them shoot humans. Wait a minute. Maybe some of them learn how to use it. Maybe if you point this way, it hits. Don't aim direct.
Did you ever play Dark Forces? The game, the first Jedi Knight. It was like Doom or like Wolfenstein, but it was like Star Wars.
Nah,
that was like the first Lucas. That was one of the first Lucasfilm games. I swear it was a joke because they made that blaster, they made that gun inaccurate. So it was like, yeah.
So you have to go 90 degrees to the right in order to hit them straight on.
It would like shoot randomly.
Oh, it's too funny. Hey, but I mean, hey, what are those casualties of war? Apparently, right? Hey, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. It's the gun. It's the gun. It's not my fault. It's my, so, other you on GeekFest, I'm talking about GeekFest. So I gotta show them off too, man, because they're an awesome, con. We're gonna talk more about the cast and the film in one sec. Check it out, folks.
Nice.
Isn't that dramatic? Jesus Christ. Man, check him out. Check out my big homie Bill and his amazing show, the GeekFest Film Fest at geekfestla.com. Know where you could see this amazing film next, yo. So let me ask you guys, yo, as we talking about the film, how long this is over a 20-minute project. It's hilarious. You stay hooked. There is no pausing on this. You just stay watching and laughing throughout and enjoying and absorbing. And I see potential for more. So what's going on? Are we going to see more? What's the future like? I mean, are you going to show up at cons? Where can I meet you guys and have a beer and hang out and bullshit for a bit in person? What's popping there? Talk to me, guys.
Yeah.
Either or.
Yeah, I'm down to go to the cons and not only go to promote the show, but go watch the show with people, watch the episode with people. I mean, we're fans of science fiction. We're fans of this genre. So I think for us, it would be an honor to be able to go to something like Comic-Con and be able to feature something there and talk to other people and show them that it is possible to create your own story or to take these intellectual properties and kind of expand the universe that they're a part of. I think that's why we're also drawn to these stories and these films, is because we feel like we can contribute something. We feel like we're a part of those worlds. So that always excites me about filmmaking. And as far as the show goes, yeah, we would love to bring the show back. As long as Byrne and I are still here, like we're always like, yo, we're gonna come back. We're gonna make the show. It's just a matter of funding and making the time for it. But the show idea is endless. I think we can. It exists in a world where it's its own thing. So I don't see an end to it. I just see new beginnings.
Gotcha. What about you, bro, man? You guys got to get it done, though, man. We need this in our lives. We got to get this sold. I hope GeekFest can help get that word out, because this is what people need. This is the humor we need, folks.
Right.
Real, man.
Dude, I think there's a couple options here. Like, if we're being real, like Star Wars making like something that big is like it's not rewarding financially because it's Lucasfilm's IP.
Yeah.
But a lot of people come up to us, they're like, well, I mean, you need to make a sequel though. Like that's like it really kind of like leads off like, hey man, we should see a sequel to this. And my fiance is like, she's like, you're not making a sequel to that, not before our wedding. You're not, like,
the wedding or the movie. Oh, yeah. Come on, man. Don't make me decide, man. And his Lou on that other show, like, come on, we gotta do it.
Yeah. No, Lou is not. He's not. It's like, dude,
Yeah,
you know, be
but-
careful, be careful. Don't, you know, don't be
Understand,
writing
yeah.
yourself into another hole there. But what I'm thinking is this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna write a sequel to that, and I'm probably gonna put together like kind of like a pitch deck, like like some kind of animatic, and I'll put it up for crowdsourcing. Because if this pops with GeekFest, let's just crowdsource it because like that's what it was always about, you know. But I'll tell you what I'm also gonna do. I want to write a series that is based on that concept. Because, like, all right, I know like you might watch it and be like, dude, I love it because of Star Wars, but you'll watch it and you'll see the dynamic between Lou and Kaya, the Jedi, who's really, I mean, she's a space wizard. I mean, let's be real.
But listen, you're bringing it to Earth because there was someone else on GeekFest that kind of did a story that the origins of you know George Lucas's story was based on his his parents' expedition to Egypt, finding Star Wars source material. Like, what is this? You know, so it's like you're bringing it to Earth. So it's like, you know, all of this ties in what he's doing. I love it because even GeekFest is kind of now building his own fucking little universe with what all you guys are doing. They see this is wonderful connection because bring it to Earth. That's right, because Earth can't be safe. Shit, Marvel now. I mean, Disney now owns the Star Wars IP. I mean, it's got to come to Earth.
Right.
It's the Marvel Comics. You know, it's gonna be one day Darth Vader versus Wolverine on some real shit. Let's get it done.
You know, you could watch something dope and be like, hey man, I see that you were inspired by Star Wars, or I see that you were inspired by this type of heroes. Like we can now start to do that, and fans aren't gonna be like, hey, wait a second. It's like, no, I just enjoy, we all live and breathe off of that. So so I see a couple options springing from here, and it's really just about having conversations with people. And I hope there's some benefactors out there. They're like, man, we see your talent. And like, what do you want to do? Like, and to be real, we want to keep doing stuff like this. We want you to be entertained. We want it to be big, action-packed, adventurous. We want you to laugh at some moments. We want you to feel for the characters. Man. You know, we never saw ourselves really as like, you know, YouTubers. No hate on that, but I mean, we're filmmakers. We want to make big stuff. We grew up on Spielberg. We grew up on Lucas. We want to make.
You guys are talented AF. I loved it. Love the characters. I connected quick. You know, Lou is definitely now one of my other Star Wars favorite heroes. You know, he's an Earther now. Come on, bro. He's an Earth hero. Fuck yeah, bro. Get it done. And for people that want to support this, if you guys want to understand what we're talking about, people that actually got some money, folks, come on, check them out right there, what their project is all about. Now, if you do some crowdfunding, Zoop is a great one, and they could help you a lot. There's so many different platforms now that you could do things outside of the Kickstarter, trying to get into the blockchain or, you know, if you guys are comfortable with that, maybe not, maybe so. But again, you know, that's all about copyright and all that. But you can go to a platform could still protect you and just, you know, just get the paper and get the job done as opposed to trying to get into all those nonsense. Check out Zoop and stuff like that.
What's it called?
Zoop. ZOOP.
Zoop. Okay, nice. Zoop.
Yeah, check them out. And there's also Legion M that likes to do crowdfunding for projects. So, you know, that's another one that you could check out. Legion M. Very, very cool people over there as well. And they do a lot of, like, you know, fan-funded film projects, and they've done things that we've seen, you know, when released, you know. So
yeah, I've seen some of their stuff.
Yeah, man.
You going to WonderCon?
No, I'm not. Unfortunately, I will have friends out there because I'm in Florida, so I'm not gonna do none of those. Yes, I'm in Orlando, so I'll be at MegaCon. So if you guys want to come down here, we have a beer, we have a fat Cuban sandwich or something, a couple of beers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And throw some axes. You know, act like some Floridians. You know.
Yeah. There you go, Byrne.
Although I'm a New Yorker kid by heart, though, but I don't mind, you know, out here. I'm telling you, the food's gonna make me fat. I just ate some great Colombian arepas with beef, stuffed with beef. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna get fat here, man. I'm telling you.
Florida's got good food for real.
No, some except the pizza. I'm still trying to find the right spot.
Right. Well, you're a New Yorker. You guys know pizza, so
yeah.
Like, pizza.
Yeah, with my wife, we did find a good spot, actually, like good New York bagels, and I was like so shocked when I bit into that. I looked at her, I was like, "Where did you get this? This is impossible."
New York bagels, okay.
A lot of New Yorkers moving down there.
Oh yeah, eventually, I kid with people. Florida is just another borough of New York. Eventually, it's the truth. Too many of us down here now.
Right.
But and this is why the prices are going up, just like everywhere else, man.
Right.
So, but however, guys, you guys are like amazing guests. I love the films. I love everything you're doing. The channel, the love, the talent. You guys got to keep going on. You're throwing your flowers, kiddo. You guys got.
Thank you.
Let's manifest right now. Let's bring the good to the world. Your people should check it out. Will be a TV show. We're going to see a whole TV show that's going to be multiverse based, called My Roommate, and then whatever it is, and it's gonna be like this dude is bouncing around pop culture. This I really want to see this show. You just bounce around pop culture. What was that TV show? The guy was time traveling all the time. Oh my god,
Quantum Leap.
Yes, Quantum Leap, but nerdy. So think about it that way, where this roommate is the same roommate, but you keep meeting. It's you and Byrne are roommates in every dimension, no matter what. He's your constant.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go.
But then I like that.
Yeah, I want to see this, and then I could see you through different universes, Tick Universe, Star Wars, even westerns. Like one day you're in a fucking cabin taking a shower, and you have that very same Obi-Wan show up and shit. You're like, I'm doing Star Wars, and I'm like, bro, yeah, but you're fucked right now. Trying to mess with you. I don't know.
Right.
You guys
have to rent. Yeah.
I could see it, bro, because the graphics and everything was so much fun too, which I thoroughly enjoyed. So you definitely captured the Star Wars spirit, man. So
thank you.
Disney, hire these guys, all right? Hire them. Hire them. Get it done. This is what they need. You try to kind of build some original content. Let's bring some like satirical shit to the Star Wars universe. We need that, like an office for Star Wars.
Yes. Come on, Disney. Let's go.
I know.
Yeah. Let's
the fans
do it.
are ready.
Yes, we are. We need that too. These motherfuckers don't know how to shoot. I need to know who the hell is their coach. He must be some cross-eyed dude that just, no disrespect to cross-eyed people that just can't, and this is why he teaches them wrong.
Right.
Could it be that? The dude just doesn't have the right glasses or contacts, poor guy. Because the union of the dark force is just too cheap to give you good health insurance. Doesn't cover contact lenses.
I think if Disney and Marvel were ready, like I think if they open it up to allowing like contests for film, like fan film people to actually show them where the universe could go.
Yes.
I don't know why they don't just let other people take darker, grittier takes on the IP within their parameters, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they could be surprised at what comes out of that.
Give us the rules, we'll follow those rules, and we're gonna give you something awesome. And even not that yours is dark and gritty, because yours is just a whole hell of a bunch of fun. But you're right. Allow that balance of fun, dark, gritty, because again, we're talking about a whole, deep galaxy universe of space that's basically the Wild West per se. So many stories to be told. Oh my gosh!
That's why we're about it, because anything could happen,
Right.
Oh man, but folks, please check them out. I've been showing you their Instagram. Byrne Owens. Lou CRE8IVE. Then Instagram, you go My Roommate The. On Twitter, Byrne Owens again. Lou on the Lou with the double O. Oh shit, I don't even want to know where that name came from. But Byrne must have caught this somewhere and then just created that copy and this is where it's
That's a joke from one of our other episodes. It's a running gag.
And it's the same thing on TikTok, folks. All right. And most importantly, please subscribe, like, comment, turn on notifications on their YouTube channel. All right. Check them out. My Roommate The on YouTube. You guys won't regret it. But please, check out the GeekFest LA website so you can check out this awesome short episode, which is hella fun, hella funny. I mean, it's like I really appreciate it. Again, I always repeat this to people. I'm an early Star Wars fan. I was not a big fan back then. It took me to Rogue One to really appreciate it. And then after that, you know, it was Mando and everything, and you know, and now Boba, and I'm like, oh man, I love it because that Western feel, that you know, rawness to it is what I really loved about it. So now it got me hooked. And then I watched Clone Wars cartoon. I said, motherfucker, I'm hooked. Even my wife said, I thought you weren't a fan. I'm like, shut up. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. People could change their mind. It's okay. People grow. People grow. Allow us to grow. Don't hold us in our past. But much love, guys. Yo, Lou, Byrne, you guys are getting amazing guests. I can't wait to see you guys on the circuit. Hopefully meet you in person one day. But folks, please check out their film, Real Talk. And with that, you know, there's the Comic Crusaders, Al Mega, Big Lou, Big Byrne. Thanks for tuning in. GeekFest. Hasta la próxima, mi gente.
Thank you, everybody. Bye.
Thank you.